Oh. Hi, this is DOSBox Mom, and welcome back to Let's Play Treasures of the Savage Frontier. Yes, I did set up my timer again, although I'm allowing myself a more generous allowance since I can do the longer videos now. We are just outside the boat rental place in Lork, and we're about to go hire a boat and leave town. Since we've finally finished up here. Oh, and before we do that, let's take a look at our new friend here. So didn't really have time to do that last time. This is Jabarkus.
Hi, Jabarkus.
Hi. Okay, we have given him some of our spare stuff, so... And we got his other stuff identified. He had some non-magical arrows, so... we gave him some more arrows and weapons and stuff, so... he's all good to go. Now let's go into the boat rental place. I can rent you a boat for 5 platinum pieces. Would you like to rent the boat and leave the city? Ooh, well, they have a dwarf running the shop now. Yes, we will pay. Well, obviously not Jabarkus, he doesn't have the money. And it's snowing, so let's hope we can keep going in this boat. This is Lork. That should be Loudwater, the next town down the river. Okay.
It seems a bit unusual to me that a dwarf would run a boat rental place.
Well, you see, the dwarves have just finished liberating Lork with our help, so they're running things in town now.
Oh.
And the overland map, it's mostly the same map that we had in Gateway to the Savage Frontier. Colors are even a little bit prettier. There are weather effects, though, on movement.
Oh,
and here is Loudwater.
yay!
And so we're now just outside Unicorn Run Boat Rentals. And let's take a look at the map here. The map is mostly pretty similar to what we had before, except that from Gateway and the Savage Frontier, except that it's sort of shifted south a bit. So we have a little bit more on the south side of town and a little bit less on the north side. So that building to our left is a temple, should we need it. There are some a couple of things. Oops. Down here. Just show you what they are real quick. This is the training hall when we need it. And this is an armory. I think it's all non-magical stuff. Let's check real quick. Oh yeah. So, nothing we need to buy immediately. I'm sure we'll be coming back there. Okay. And if you remember your AD&D deities and demigods, Corellon Lorethian is the head deity of the elf pantheon. But they'll heal non-elves too. Okay, now there should be something interesting past that other door. And the clue book recommends that we turn on search mode before entering there. We'll find something interesting after the battle. You interrupt a group of men bent over a map on a small table. They look up and don't say a word before beginning their attack. So we have a bunch of krakens. Yeah, kraken spies. and 1 Kraken Master. And since this is our cleric going first, we'll try a hold person and see how many of the Krakens we can immobilize. Okay, so we got the 2 Krakens farthest away from the mages, which is okay. Those are the ones that are going to be hardest to reach with things like Stinking Cloud. Okay. Yeah, actually, Jabarkus has pretty decent hit points and okay armor class. Could be better, but not bad. You might remember when we first picked up Krevish back early on in Gateway to the Savage Frontier. He had hardly any hit points. We didn't dare put him anywhere in melee. Of course, we didn't have control over him either. Let's try a Stinking Cloud with her. Yeah, that'll work probably. Well, 2 for 3. And since we're now to the point where we can't move people into melee range, we'll start taking out some of the people we've immobilized. Does he have any darts? Oh, well, some. I don't think any of these Krakens are spellcasters, so this would be a good time for him to use those darts. Okay. You can move up there, try to get that one. We just have the 1 Kraken left. And it looks like Teresa still has way too much junk. Yeah, mostly those spare suits of armor. And I'd like to be able to sell them off and get some cool stuff, but I might just have to drop them. Where's a magic shop when you need it? Okay. Yep, just a little bit of platinum. And I don't think there's anything we want to bother taking, but let's see. Yeah, we can rest inside any building except in the undead area before it's been cleared. So, might as well blow a detect magic spell. Ooh. So much stuff, so little room in the inventory. Okay, let's share the money. I think we'll start by trying to take the... Okay, just the one long sword. We'll take the swords. They tend to be a little bit lighter than the armor. I'd give stuff to Jabarkas to carry, except I don't know where I'm going to find a vault. Okay, we can probably drop the sling for now. We can buy more cheap, basically anywhere. Okay. Yeah. It's been suggested that I drop any non-magical bows too, except that my one character that has a non-magical short bow isn't able to use any of the magical longbows I've got, which is a pain. Okay, maybe we can at least have her drop the banded mail. I'm sure that's weighing her down quite a bit. And we will not take that banded mail that's sitting there. Okay, so we're all done with this. You examine the map on the wall on the small table and record it in your journal as entry number 83. Ooh. Okay, this is a supposedly hand-drawn map showing Waterdeep, Daggerford, and Way In. And it's got Daggerford and Way In circled. And then there's a note at the bottom of the map saying, "We must break their supply lines. Attack and take Daggerford and the Way In now before they arrive." And they is probably referring to us. Elwehurst, look! I found a secret door here to the west. I think it even leads outside the city wall. So, if we were really in a hurry, we could probably leave this way, but I think, or say if the river were frozen so we couldn't take a boat, we could leave this way. But for now, let's just encamp and rememorize our spells and then get going, because there should be some interesting stuff to find in this town before we get finish heading over to Secomber, where Amanitas is. Okay, and now we're back outside that house. And there should be something interesting just ahead. A young woman stops you in the street and says, "Please, can you help me? My mother's disappeared from our home here, and I'm afraid the lizardmen may have taken her." Uh-huh. Do we go with her, or do we not get involved? Well, having read the clue book, I know it's a trap.
That's cheating.
Shall we go with her anyway?
Well, it depends. Do you want to be a nice person, or do you want to seem cold-hearted?
We're nice people.
Very well.
Thank you for your kindness as a girl. By the way, here's my sisters. They'd love to thank you, too. Two wrinkled green-skinned critters emerged from the shadows. Okay, who whacked them over the head with an ugly stick? They're greenhags.
Dun dun dun!
I don't think they're undead, but they're nasty enough as it is.
They look a bit like trolls to me, so...
I don't know, whites I'm thinking of?
Whites? Oh, no.
Okay. But if they're not undead, we should be able to use things like Stinking Cloud against them.
Yay! I'm belatedly excited about the fact that we can cause them pain.
Thank you, Lost in Blue.
No problem.
And boy, they are hard to hit. Okay. So they might change combat icons to show when they're changing appearance, but they're still greenhags.
Oh, so they're shape shifters as well?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Yeah. So, could be anything, but they're still greenhags.
So it looks like two of them turned into dwarves, and I don't know what the last one's supposed to be.
One turned into some sort of barbarian-looking lady. But they're still greenhags. Changing appearance at this point is not going to help you guys. Ladies, whatever. And here we go. Boy, these greenhags are hard to hit.
They're distracting your party with their amazing beauty or something.
Our amazing ugly stick now.
Yeah. Of course, I don't think many people would describe dwarves as beautiful, but...
Probably beautiful, the lady dwarves.
Well, they probably exist. I just don't know any of them, but...
Mm-hmm. Okay. I wonder if... I don't think Charm Person would work on them. Probably.
Aww. But they've charmed you, haven't they?
Nah, if they charmed me, I would be doing what they wanted.
What? Maybe they want you to hit them. Oh, I'm gonna stop this train of thought before it goes somewhere
Okay,
wrong.
it looks like they have some resistance to the to magic, such as the stinking cloud. Ooh, wand of magic missiles, that could be useful. Okay. He must still have that silver mirror equipped from when we had Basilisk in the Lord Gildar's Keep. Okay, he still has one magic missile left. Okay, so we have, looks like 2 Cortara clones and 1 dwarf. Good! Finally, 1 green hag down. Okay, let's... Oh, he does have some arrows equipped, okay. Finally, we're making some progress here. Sort of.
Well, hey, 2 out of 3 isn't that bad.
Yeah. Now I just gotta get rid of that last one. Okay. Now, this would be a good time for him to try out that wand of magic missiles. Even though they're magic resistant, considering this is the mage after all, he's probably going to be a little better attempting to cast some kind of spells than he would be in melee combat. Now, on the other hand, our mage thief can at least fight like a thief.
Which may not be the best, but it's better than a regular mage.
Yeah. Okay. And that's all of them.
Yay.
Ooh, what do they have? They have items. They have a magic ring. Okay. She probably doesn't have room in her inventory for the ring, but she can probably dump some of the low value crap that she already has.
I guess it's probably going with the same train of thought where occasionally if you kill a wolf in some games, you will find that they have gold on them. I guess they ate it.
Yeah. Omnivores. Want to trade?
Trade?
No. Okay, we will wait until we can get that ID before having her equip that, though. And
Yes, because who knows what horrors could happen from equipping an unidentified item.
They could be cursed.
Yeah, it could turn you into an opposite gender or something like that.
Well,
I've heard of items like that.
I've heard of items like that. I haven't seen them in this game, though. I know from reading the clue book it's safe to rest here, so we're going to rest.
Just take a nap on their corpses.
Lost and Blue, could you please get me some water?
Yeah, sure.
And I think we're going to pause the recording here. We'll come back in the next episode. See you then.